All right, welcome back. It is still News Up. We are diving straight into our very first conversation on the show today. Yes, Monday wasn't a very palatable day for residents of Lagos, given to the traffic gridlock that was caused by protests by residents of the Oworonshoki axis of Lagos. Third Mainland Bridge was blocked, and as such, Lagosians did suffer. They are protesting demolition of houses and the refilling of their area by the Lagos State government. Today, we are looking at this as a concern on the show. We have with us to bring clarity to what has happened or what is happening. We have with us this morning, we have Deji Akinpelu, who is an environmental activist. He joins us right now in the studio. Deji, so good to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me again.
He's a regular with us on environment matters. We also have with us Yemi Ogunlami, who is the coordinator. Take it back, and Koshofe, Lagos. He's also a resident of that axis. So good to have you on the show, Yemi. Good morning.
Good morning, and thanks for having me here.
Yes, it's good to have you. Well, you are a resident. I'm sure you probably have a first-hand information or first-hand understanding of what is going down, what went down, or what is going down in that axis of Lagos. Help Nigerians understand what the concerns really are. And first and foremost, I mean, the protest and then the impact on Lagos was massive. I'm sure a lot of Lagosians are not smiling at that protest. However, you think you had to do what you had to do to get your message across.
Yes, the protest was actually unplanned for, but it was aggravated, I would say live here, by the chairman of Koshofe local government. Before this time in Oworonshoki, since 2023, demolition had started, which took the life of many. Even till July this year, people are still dying. Part of people that died in 2023, a woman with pregnancy. She died with the pregnancy, and a boy of 5-year-old also died.
How do you mean died? Did they die
at the spot
when they were demolishing?
Yes, yes. The boy slumped as his father's house got demolished, and then that was just all. Then the woman died some days after the demolition of shock. And then that was all. Nobody is saying anything. We traced actually the demolition that happened in 2023. I was arrested at that point, taken to Oshodi Task Force office. And when I got there, I was taken in Black Maria down there because I was the one obstructing the operation of the task force in the area. When we got there, Jeje said I shouldn't incite the people in the community. I observed from his...
Who is Jeje
Jeje was the head of the task force. Okay. Yes, at that period. He is no longer there. After much investigation and protest to the House of Assembly, we got to find out that the Oba of Oworonshoki wrote a letter to task force inciting, making a statement that that area is a criminal hideout. So for that reason, they needed to come demolish. So in the course of our investigation as well, we also uncover what's happening. There's an advertisement in law school on Third Mainland Bridge about a particular estate called the Elite Villa. The Elite Villa is sold for 120,000 per square meter, and you will buy 500 square meter and then 1,000 square meter for 60 million and 120 million respectively, for according to your strength. The lands there have been sold. Now they are looking for all means to evict the poor and redistribute land to the rich. They've used NIWA, National Inland Waterways Authority, against the people. Thanks to Amnesty International that came to their rescue, NIWA went down. They couldn't do anything. The Oba of Oro came again. He said the land will be for shrine. A particular community will be for shrine Igboro. As he mentioned, people countered him. They sent a letter to the tax, Area H in Ogudu. That was also curbed. But this time we observed that they are using the instrumentality of the state. They are using the law to send away the poor so that the rich could come and take over the land. And that was why on that day, on Monday...
What exactly... Okay, you did talk about the fact that it was being said to be a hideout for criminals. Is that the only reason for which they are being...
That was for 2023.
Evicted?
So that was for 2023.
What are the reasons given now for the eviction?
Now, we countered that because it's not... Oworonshoki was a volatile community in the past 5 years. But this time the community had risen and they've copped a lot, in fact, a lot of things, a peaceful area now. And they know to that. But I don't want to go into detail about that. Now, they have their own security. We have our security in the community. And then we also noticed that the allegation of criminal hideout was countered, which wasn't true. Now, at this moment, they use the Lagos State Building Control Agency. And they said the people do not have documents. Thanks to God, very many of them had pasted their CFO to the gates of their houses, and yet they demolished it. So on Monday, the chairman just came around, he was sympathizing with them, and he made mention of that he was not aware. While I was there, I led protests to your office 2023, and you say you're not there. So people started calling him thief, that they are thieves. So to make our voice known, after all suppressions have taken place in Oworonshoki, the best place to let our voice be heard is Third Mainland Bridge. So we had to say, okay, the next place, let's carry our mattress, let's carry our bed to the Third Mainland Bridge. It's our property. We need to claim it. If you want to kill Oworonshoki people, they have decided not to die of silence inside. It's better they come to Third Mainland Bridge, then whoever wants to kill them should kill them there. That's the point.
All right, let's just hold our fire and take a listen to this track from government officials who, of course, tried to explain exactly what happened. I listened to that track earlier where he did say that you've been informed over time. There have been directive given that you should evacuate. Let's take a listen to that track, then we can come back and make some sense from the conversation. Stay with us.
For almost 1 year, people didn't show up. It's only one building here that got approval. Only one. They came and marked. Some of you will believe them. We are government officials and some of us paid our money to go to school. We are not dogs. We are not agents of destruction. But we want development. If we have to do development, some people are going to be affected. And because they don't want it to affect you, they told you, they gave you enough time. Over 3 years, 2 years later, a year, months. They were here even about 2-3 weeks ago. None of you went, you are still carrying a survey plan. Anybody can take survey plan. Any non-entity can take survey plan. I can take survey plan that doesn't belong to me. That doesn't belong to me. Why don't we do the right thing? Now they are removing. Everybody is saying, it's not government. You send this and send it to the NGO people. They use you and collect money on you. They're not doing any help for you. Is this how their country is? If this is how their country is, why would you want to travel to London?
All right, I didn't get the name of that official.
Oki.
Okay. That's the head of the last part. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So you listened to a few. You probably was there when
I can't be there and keep quiet. He's saying rubbish. Big rubbish. I can't be there and keep quiet. Seriously, if I was there, he wouldn't speak. People in that area have their CFO. The only one that Oworonshoki is mentioning belongs to Akindele. That man can be disastrous to them.
To
the government and to the Oba of Oworonshoki.
That's why they left his house.
That's why they left the man's house. Not only the man's house. There's a CDA chairman there. A CDA chairman. They call him Pastor Allen. They almost chopped off his building. They chopped a part of his building. He called Okla. That's the, what's it called?
Okla is standing right beside him.
Okla is standing right beside him. Okla is the House of Representative, House of Assembly member representing Koshofe 1.
Yes.
They called the man and they had to stop the house of Pastor Allen, who is a APC chieftain in that area. And then he kept saying, only one house has a document. Check people that are standing there. They are young people. They are people who don't have properties. You will check everybody there. And he kept saying, only one. I saw, if you go there, make your investigation, don't stand on what I'm saying. You will see houses where people pasted their CFO, everything gone. Churches had to also show their document to the Oba of Oworonshoki because he first said that they needed to clear the environment, make it fine. Some people that have houses in, I think, Ibafo, Mowe area, sold their houses to furnish and repair their house in Oworonshoki. The houses were demolished. And this guy is saying,
well,
I don't know.
You know what? I mean, it's important that we also get to hear government's perspective.
Yeah.
So what you're saying right now is what you see or what you think you know. Deji, what do you make of this?
That statement by Mr. Oki is just a smokescreen to cover up whatever is being done. Oworonshoki, as a particular reference in this crisis, is not today. So you are coming and it's another government agency. It's not today. One of the reasons given in 2023 by the Ministry of Environment was that the people don't have good toilets. The first attempt in 2023, the notice that was given to some of the residents was they don't have good toilets, so their houses must be demolished. You see, you need to understand the geographical location of what is being contested here. There's the part of Oworonshoki that you see from Third Mainland Bridge, but this demolition since 2023 is not just that part. It goes right behind towards the lagoon. Then you will not see that part when you drive down on Third Mainland Bridge. What is in contention is a massive large scale of land, expanse of land, with pretty much very different titling issues. Some people, yes, people have that. Some people have their own documents. Communities bought. There are landholding families there who sold land to people. You're now using the announcement made by the government that people should regularize their land, whereas you understand this particular area has had contention with its traditional ruler over the ownership and plans for that area. Lagos State government in its Koshofe plan has a 70-acre plan for a jetty in this same axis that has another jetty that is not functional right now. And you're doing a disguise to say that you, in public interest, you want to build a jetty when you have a jetty that is not operational. This is a pattern by the Lagos State government historically, not even just this administration. This is the same thing that happened in the era, in the days when Magodo Phase 2 was taken, and several other places. Government will come and tell you that there are issues here, and you have to move these people, and the next thing that will come up in that location is what? Is it anything that is for the overriding public interest of the people? No. This is the same pattern that has happened. This is the same pattern that is going on in Ilaso. This is the same pattern that is going on in Ikota, where government will give reasons, come up with all kinds, environmental reasons, security reasons, land ownership.
You are saying that there are no environmental concerns along the axis, no security
in
concerns.
the same city that we live. Environmental concerns came up on Amadou Bello Way. What is sitting on Amadou Bello Way today? Eco Atlantic. Environmental reasons is now being used as a justification for gentrification in the city, for the public property now to be annexed from the same people. You will see there's environmental concern there by the waters, but you have somebody that you have planted and you are planning to build estates for. It is just a smoke screen. And it is so sad. I saw influencers online trying to take up and say, oh, go and regularize your people. When government wants to take your land, when they want to come after the people, they come after the people, come up with all kinds of excuses, but this needs to be resisted.
All right. I think it's a good place to also let the Ministry of Environment, Lagos State government, we are open to hearing your side of the conversation. This gentleman here believe that you are going all out to take their lands, that your activities are purely elitist. It is not for the people, it is for a section of Nigerians. So we would like the Lagos State government, we'll give you an opportunity to respond to these allegations that have been laid this morning against the state government. Let's look at your protests. Okay. How did it end? Were you able to achieve what you wanted to achieve?
For that day, the protest was a success. In fact, we achieved more than what we expected.
Exactly what did you achieve?
Yeah. When we launched out to Third Mainland Bridge, actually we've arranged the press. The media was on ground. And then they started interviewing people. What's happening? People that we stopped, what's happening? They said, oh, Oworonshoki, then what happened? We said we will wish to down Third Mainland Bridge than die inside, because a lot of us are dying inside. Then people kept coming out, do the video, all the police came. In fact, we requested the CP must be around to address us because its men are in the community already. In fact, they've given Precious Seed community 2 hours to leave their community because they want to set it ablaze the way they did in 2023. So the protest achieved the cancellation of that execution. They cancelled it, and we told the CP as they arrived. They said, "We will leave here. Somebody is sick in the traffic and going." I said, "Yes, somebody is dying inside too. We are all humans." So at the end of the day, the CP called the officers there to remove their tractor. When they removed it, I also called people there in front of the CP, put the phone in speaker. Then the people told me they have left the place. Oh, beautiful. If they have left, we had agreed. Then the CP said, okay, all of us will move down there to confirm. But unfortunately, something happened. Immediately, we have agreed that, oh, the CP had called, and we have called to confirm they've left there. As we were converging to leave, the CP left us, driving into the community. Police started shooting. There was no reason for that. They started shooting.
To disperse the crowd?
Yes, we had someone in Oworonshoki whose ankle got broken on that day.
But that is unexpected. It's a protest. People can get.
We concluded. No. As a result of that,
there could be stampede.
There was nothing. It was peaceful.
Anything could happen.
In fact, many people in Tomeland Bridge, on that, they came out, they supported the protest. And as it was done, we were about to leave. The police started shooting. They wanted even to arrest people. We said, you cannot arrest. We are through. Let's go into our community. But the joy is the world now knows what's happening in Oworonshoki through that protest.
What have we heard from the Lagos State government after the protest?
It's very sad that, as far as I'm concerned, for the past 2-3 years that this has been on, there has been no exact direct statement by any top government official. What has been happening is just House of Representative members, Lagos State House of Assembly, the governor, the deputy governor, at most the chief press secretary, Boyega, in 2023 was very quick to say that they are all criminals or whatever. We have it on record, which is very, very unfair and very, very untrue. This is a reoccurring pattern. It is something that requires the attention of the Lagos State governor. Back when he was contesting for the first time on platform organized by Pastor Kojoyemade, Victor Oladokun asked, what are your plans for slum communities in the city of Lagos? He said that he knows that there is a lot of opposition about the way things have been done, that government trust has been lost, that what he's going to do is to ensure that titling, so there is a problem of titling here. It's good enough that this area of Oworonshoki pretty much has good amount of opportunity for titling, but a good large spans towards the water have titling concerns. He said, I will give the people title, I will give people title to their land, and we begin to build to get back their trust. The intervention in slum communities, coastal communities, requires a very different approach, which he mentioned. And I keep on taking the governor up on it. This is your electoral promise to the people. It's on tape. It is available. It is online. So what has Lagos State government done? LASURA is the government agency dedicated to these areas. LASURA has been quiet. LASURA, I said it before, and I'll continue to say, is one agency. So you just use the instrumentality of any particular agency that favors you to do a task. The one that you have empowered to really address, that you have established to address the problem, that has no function. LASURA now, what is LASURA's comment about what is going on? Because Oworonshoki is part of the communities that they cover, that they are supposed to get data on, and also begin to implement a resettlement plan. You have to look at these communities and begin to engage them to have a resettlement plan, not that you leave them at the mercy of their own king to begin to determine what should happen.
So in all of this, you are of the opinion that the Bale or the Oba, is it an Oba or Bale? The Oba of Oworonshoki is strongly behind what is happening, or he probably has sold his community to government? Is that what you say?
He's strongly behind it. Not even to the government, but to the people that are faithful to the government, even the highs and mighty in Nigeria.
Okay, so At the moment, they have stepped back with the demolition.
They promised to come back in 2 weeks. And we have told them that if they come back in 2 weeks, Lagos should expect us on Third Mainland Bridge. What they did in NSAS, they should come and practice it on Third Mainland Bridge. If you want to kill Lagosians, you want to kill Oworo people, don't kill them inside. Come and kill them on Third Mainland Bridge. We will occupy again if they come.
Is that the last option available to you?
That's the last option.
Have you taken this matter to the State Assembly?
Yes, 2023 for more than three times.
Like recently?
Yesterday, people were there at the State House of Assembly. Yesterday, there are about 33 streets or 35 that will be excommunicated. We cannot keep going. House of Assembly has nothing to do on this, because we discovered that even the matter is beyond the House of Assembly. The only thing we just want to do is to occupy and get to the courts.
How can you say a matter is beyond the State House of Assembly?
If we elect
the lawmaking organ of government.
Babies are the ones elected into House of Assembly. You could see what happened in Lagos State when they sacked or suspended their speaker. They were crying in the news. So they have no power. It's unfortunate. They are babies.
The Assembly has tried to intervene before. Maybe you want to give more details on that.
They stayed out of Assembly after we went there. Some even brought their documents. Some people whose houses were burnt down could not even have access. Now the State House of Assembly set up a committee headed by Akinsonya, the motion House of Assembly representative. Now it came up, they had the meeting, they came to visit. Our own representative didn't speak to us. Akinsonya was the one speaking. He said they will look into it. After several meetings inside, what they concluded was Akinsonya said that you people should go and make peace with your king. That was the statement of Akinsonya after we've lost lives.
What's the Oba's name again?
Oba Babatunde Saliu. He said, go and make peace with your king, you can settle it. It's a matter of Omonile, it can be done. That he is also an Omonile in motion. That was what ended 2023 in House of Assembly. Yesterday, people were still there at the House of Assembly. They have no result, and they have nothing to do on this, and they know what is happening. Yet, the representative person, Okla, said he was not aware of what's happening. How come?
Deji, what's the way forward in all of this?
What's the way forward is that Lagos as a city should know that a lot of resistance will come to oppressing those who you consider very voiceless. And it's interesting that we have an interesting housing issue dynamics here now. So people are mixing government efforts in terms of trying to get rid of houses on drainages, whatever, the things, waterways. It is now like a thing of, there is something that is happening both to the rich and to the poor. Before now, the poor has always been on the biggest receiving end, and this whole issue shouldn't be mixed together. We should clearly separate it. This is not about people who are building houses on drainages and all of that. The issues around coastal communities in Lagos being taken over dates back to several years back. The man is talking about the land titling. Lagos State, over 176 estates were developed in Lagos under government watch, without right documents. How many of them have been pulled down? 176. Last back has not done anything. 21-day ultimatum was given, or whatever. Nothing has been done. The oppression of coastal communities has to stop. Lagos heritage resides there. Economic opportunities reside there. And Lagos has to be a balanced city. It is not all about building luxury housing estates. The people who live in this community are suppliers of services in the city. They have historical rights, they have ancestral lands, they have rights to the city. It is for us to build a balanced city. It is not all about, luxury housing development, because everybody is needed. Because you and I speak good English, we think that we are the only ones that deserve to be in Lagos. No, that's not right.
All right, so like I said earlier, the Lagos state government has raised concerns around security and sanitation and a threat to coastal existence. So I don't know how this appeals
security.
to you. Yes.
Yes. So security.
Talking about sanitation,
let me just
toilet and all of that.
So when
yes.
when Oworo had security.
Because you cannot rule it out that a lot of people within that is probably defecate on the waterways.
There's no problem about that. Security issues came up. The community members came up and set up their own security outfit called Madon, invested in security architecture within the community. Banks were shut down because of issues like that. Those banks have reopened in the same community. When you are a government and you really want to solve problems, you go to the communities and work with them and understand the peculiarity of their issues and also enable them to be able to solve it. When a criminal was discovered in VGC, did you go and collapse entirety of VGC? Are you telling me that criminals don't live in highbrow estates? How many highbrow estates have you pulled down because there's a criminal that lives there? It has been an excuse. It's a global pattern for government. Sanitation issues. Okay, people have put in place sanitation facilities in this. You as a government, understanding this community, what sanitation facility? Are you trying to say that they must build 3-bedroom and suite with toilets before they have the right to live in that kind of facility or in that kind of place? Give them their right to occupation. It is not even C of O. First of all, give them an assurance to say that I am giving you this permit to live here for the next 5-7 years. Within that period, develop your area. Give concessions. They cannot build the way you are building in your urban centers. Particularly understand the constraints and the limitations of these areas. Allow them to build in a certain pattern that fits for the purpose of their economic life, and give them that period. After they've done that, you come back and regularize and say, I am giving you a permit. You don't come as a government official and you say, I want you people, where is your CFO? CFO is exactly for what? Under what understanding do you have of that location that you are asking for? Give them their right to stay, first of all. Then they will begin to implement their own development plans.
Moreover, it is not out of place if government should even bring certain developments to the area itself.
You've ignored these areas. You as a government has failed. Like I said the other time, I said it is not about poverty of what the people earn.
Yes.
It is about the neglect that you have made as a government. Yes. That is resulting here. You've never provided any infrastructure.
All right.
You've never intervened in any of their issues.
All right, gentlemen, we have to go right now. In 60 seconds, Yemi, your last thoughts.
Well, I will only say this, that the government should reconsider and retrace back its step. So that's my advice to the government. To the people of Oworonshoki, you need to stand up and defend your property, defend your own life, and stop dying in the closet.
All right. Yemi Ogunlami is the coordinator. Take it back. Okosofe Lagos, thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Deji Akinpelu, an environmental activist. Always a pleasure having you come talk to us, Deji. Like I said earlier, we are open to the state government coming on the show to share their own side of the concern that has been raised this morning. Even the Oba Saliu, what did you call him? Babatunde Saliu. You can send your spokesman. There is an indictment on your person right now, on your office right now. You probably will want to also clear the air. We would reach out to you, Oba Saliu. We would reach out to you. We need to get your own side of this concern. Thank you, gentlemen, once again. Thank you. We need to have a balanced conversation on the show. We'll go on a break right now. We'll bring